Hi guys, it's day 4 of the 15-day video challenge. Today is the most difficult experience or experiences. I have a couple that I can think of, I guess, off the top of my head, two of which might explain a bit as to why I'm the way I am. I don't like talking about them a lot, and I don't even know if I've ever fully gone into details with even my best friend. Well, the one, I guess, when I was 12 years old, we lost my childhood home, and I could blame anybody, but really, I can't. The only reason that keeps me from blaming my mom is because in the end, she was there for me, and we went through it together. My dad wouldn't come down to help, and it just wound up being the two of us going through 3 days of hell, getting the house empty. You know, it's a really horrible thing to go through, watching all of your possessions accumulated over the last 20-some years just thrown outside. A lot of stuff got ruined because it snowed, and just things were broken, memories that I'll never get back. Not memories I'll never get back, I'll always have the memories, things I'll never get back. And it's a really hard experience to lose the home you grew up in. And when I was born and they brought me home from the hospital up until March 17th, shortly after I turned 12 years old, that was my home. And part of it will still always be my home. I never drive by it anymore, but the one day that we took a wrong turn coming back from Richmond, we had to drive by the house, and it was so upsetting because you don't expect to see other people's cars in your driveway. You don't expect to see horses in your yard. And that was something my mom always wanted. And the people who are living there now, they have a pasture with horses and everything we kind of always wanted for the home. And it just really hurts to think about. For the longest time, it took me a really long time to heal about it and to get over it. I'm still not totally over it. I don't think I ever will be. And the second experience that really changed me and defined who I am now, not defined, but it changed me forever. When I was 15 years old, my mom and I went to New Jersey for a while because my brother was graduating high school, and he was leaving to go to boot camp that same summer. So we wanted to see him when he graduated and before he went to boot camp. Well, we didn't make it to graduation. We did get to see him before he left for boot camp, though. And that was the same summer. It was the first summer that my dad was dating his new girlfriend. And I had liked her. She was nice. She was kind to me. I mean, she even paid for my 15th birthday party. But something happened when she met my mom. I don't know what it was, because initially they got along great. Then something snapped, and Judy started feeling threatened by my mother, which is just bizarre, because if you knew my parents, you'd know they just, ew. Even I get grossed up by the idea of them together. And so my mom and dad, tension started rising because we all went out to dinner and we're in the car and Judy's talking about my parents' personal business and taxes and stuff. It's nobody's business except for my parents' business. And I got blamed for it. I got blamed for saying something to Judy. That's what Judy found out. No, it wasn't me. That was the first thing that was a little fucked up. And so we went back to the house. My parents wound up having a fight, and Judy actually tried to get my mother kicked out of the house initially. But you know what? That's fucked up because we had nowhere to go. And I'm sleeping downstairs on the sofa, and next thing I know, Judy's coming downstairs bitching that, oh, it's not her house, it's your house. Like, I shouldn't have to be the one to leave. Well, I'm sorry, we had nowhere to go. And then there was the next night, tension was still high, everybody was like pissy. I'm minding my own business in the computer room on the internet, and my dad's roommate and his girlfriend came in. And we had my dog, and my dad's roommate's girlfriend was like terrified of the dog. Only because he barks at strangers, that's what he does. If he doesn't know you, he will bark at you. He's not violent. He just is trying to protect my mom and I. So Mom's in the kitchen, and all of a sudden my mom hears a bag being shaken in Bedford's face, and Dominique saying in a very snide voice, "There, how do you like that?" Needless to say, my mother went off, because you don't tease our dogs for no apparent reason. And it just kind of all escalated from there. A fire extinguisher got chucked at us. That was cool. Not by my dad, but by my dad's roommate. Dominique wouldn't even come downstairs and talk to my father, and you have to keep in mind, too, that this is my father's house. And so my dad just wound up doing, instead of kicking Dominique out of the house, he kicked my mother and I out of the house. Me, his flesh and blood. And that was the single most painful experience I've ever had to endure my entire life. Because I was my daddy's girl. He was the most important person in my life. And after that, it was gone. And we left, we packed up the car, and drove 8 hours back home to Virginia. And it was horrible. And since then, I've had a sense of abandonment because my dad continues to choose his girlfriend over me. And the only thing that ever gets me through these issues is my music. That same summer, a month later after that happened, I saw the Hush Sound for the very first and last time. And their music got me through the summer from hell, basically. So, that's basically that. And you guys should feel, privileged maybe, because I never talk about this with anybody. I've written letters to Greta about it. So she knows about the situation, I guess. And when I see Stamps next month, I'm going to write to Bob and telling him how much his music saved me. Yep. So, that's why I hate Father's Day, by the way. In case anybody sees anything angsty or bitchy about the holiday. So if you do have a good father in your life who loves you and supports you, count your blessings. Some of us aren't that lucky. See you guys later.